City of Nogales 2014 State of the City Address. We would like to begin this morning in a very patriotic way by a rendition of our national anthem sung by Bridget Murrieta. If you would please stand. Before we turn the time over to our keynote speaker, I would like to recognize the attendance of some very special people in the audience today. We first of all like to recognize members of our City Council, Vice Mayor Nubar Anesia, Esther Melendez Lopez, Joe Diaz, John Doyle, and Joe Acosta. Thank you. Recognize elected officials from Santa Cruz County, Sheriff Tony Estrada, Alfredo Velasquez, Superintendent of Schools, Benny Ruiz, County Supervisor, and John Maiden, County Supervisor. Thank you. And then, of course, we have from the United States Consul General from representing Nogales North, Mr. Chad Cummings. Especially, certainly not last, we have a person who represents Nogales in all of its best points. We have former Governor Raul Castro. And now it is my pleasure to introduce the star of today, your Mayor, Arturo Carino. Arturo Carino was born and raised in Nogales, Arizona. Mayor Carino is a former Vietnam veteran and a former firefighter, law enforcement officer, and public works director. He was elected mayor of the city of Nogales in November 2010, after having previously served 4 years as city council and 2 years as vice mayor. Mayor Ganino serves on a number of boards, including the Border Mayors Association, the Southeastern Arizona Governments Organization, the Greater Nogales Santa Cruz County Port Authority, Security Environmental Transportation Fund, and the Southwest Border Task Force under the Homeland Security Advisory Council on Trade and Security. Mayor Ganino has also won numerous awards, most notably the President Obama's White House Champion of Change Award, which is given to those leaders who rise to the challenges of the 21st century. Also, he received the distinguished Tony Certosimo Award from the Arizona-Mexico Commission. This award is named after the first executive director of the commission and is given to those who display or really take into account all of the principles and ideals of that commission. Mayor Ganino believes, as well as building strong relationships with our friends and neighbors to the south, which in turn strengthens not only Arizona's economy, but the economy of the entire nation. 1 month into his term as mayor, along with Mayor Jose Angel Hernandez Barajas of Nogales, Sonora, Mexico, signed the historic document Sisterhood Agreement to work together on issues such as trade and commerce, education, and border security. In the mayor's words, Ambos Nogales is a city of 400,000 divided by a fence. And Nogales AZ is a great little place to be. Ladies and gentlemen, fellow Nogalians, please help me welcome to the stage your mayor, Arturo Garino.
Thank you very much and good morning. It's always a pleasure to be able to stand in front of the residents of Nogales and friends that come from Tucson and other places to our great city. And I want to thank the members of the City Council for being here with us. Governor, I want to thank you very much for being here with us. Also, the members of the Santa Cruz County Board of Supervisors and also the Sheriff and the Velasquez. And of course, my friend Chad. You know, Nogales, our city, is in the path of success. It's on this path of success. We have to look at it this way. You know, for the longest time, our city and the border region have been in this valley. This valley was hard to get out of. Not because of the citizens of Nogales or Ambos Nogales, but because of certain issues nationally and economically. But I can honestly say right now that our city, Nogales, Arizona, is on a working plateau. We're in a position right now that we are being noticed by other governments in Arizona, Maricopa County, County governments, and Pima County governments. These governments are looking to Nogales for their own economies. So we, as citizens of Nogales, we as leaders of Nogales, and business leaders of Nogales, we need to put this message forward. We need to continue being the best so that all these organizations north of us continue being our partners when it comes for economic development. And one of the things that we want to eliminate from our vocabulary from now on, we want to eliminate border security. What we need to talk about from now on is the economy. How can we strengthen the economy between both the state of Sonora and the state of Arizona? How can Nogales be not only the hub, but the beginning for the whole state of Arizona? How can we do that? And I'm going to tell you one thing, is that our administrative staff in the city of Nogales, our employees in the city of Nogales, and you, the citizens of Nogales. We are doing this. We are doing this. We're going to continue working with this. We have to strengthen this. And this is one thing that a lot of the organizations that I previously mentioned are looking at. There's an economic forum coming in the near future, the second one already, that'll bring mayors from Maricopa, mayors from Pima, and mayors from throughout the state of Sonora, meeting for this sole purpose. To improve the quality of our citizens and to improve the economy of the city of Nogales. I'm sure you've seen a lot of indicators in the recent months. Close to 500,000 square feet of construction is being constructed in the city of Nogales right now. Warehouses, restaurants, retail stores. And there's more to come. Those are great indicators for a community. Excuse me, for a community like Nogales. When I just said we were in a valley, we had a dark cloud. Not anymore. This 14 plateau is going to stay that way. We're going to work to maintain that status. And we're going to continue being a progressive city. We're going to continue being a city that facilitates the permit process for anybody who wants to develop in Nogales. And we want to be a business-friendly community. This is what in the past year, 182 new businesses have taken life out in the city of Nogales. And I'm talking from a business with 1 or 2 employees to businesses with 20 to 30 employees. That is key. That is key for a progressive city. We have to look at that as one of our main indicators, because growth is what we want. Retail has increased 5.44% in the past year. Very important for Nogales also. We have to look at these things in a way that when our staff is working to improve our administrative issues in the city, we have to look at it as a community. We have to look at it and say, you know what? And I'm going to put this in I say it several times, the city of Nogales is working very good for our citizens. Because that message is important for their city. The past 2 other opportunities that I've had a chance to talk about our state of the city, we've been talking about image building. And we're going to continue talking about image building because of the issues that we're confronted along the border. But today is economic development. Today is opportunities for not only the city of Nogales, but the whole region. Our housing authority has improved a lot. They have improved to the point that the security along the housing authority is a lot better. The quality of life of the residents is a lot better. They've improved the facilities, the buildings, so that the people can live comfortably. And now they're also looking and finding opportunities for more housing and more projects. The library in our city, they have bought 35 new computers, not only for the city, but also to be used in the county. They have improved their new job-seeking program in the library to help people go and find information about jobs. And they've started a lecture series with 2 people known to us, Alberto Rios and Manuel Monreal, residents from Nogales, professors of the university. This is what our library is doing right now for the city of Nogales. feet of construction is being constructed in the city of Nogales. But not only that, one of our historic buildings downtown, the Bowman Hotel, in partnership with the city of Nogales and NCD, is going to be developed and it's going to be constructed for adult living, for our seniors. This is going to be beautiful downtown. It's going to, the image of the downtown area with the Bowman Hotel and the structure it's going to be very important for visitors that come to Nogales to see it. Because historically, the Bowman Hotel, as you know, was one of the #1 hotels, I guess maybe before we were born. Well, then again, before most of you were born. I got to deliver the newspaper at that hotel. It was open, so I mean, I'm making myself. But those opportunities with that hotel is going to be very important. And the reason I mentioned this is because within us right now, there's a couple of tables of my friends from the Casita Santa Cruz that are here with us today, and they live in assisted living and housing for our seniors. And that's just one of the projects that we have in Nogales, but we will soon have another one that will be for our seniors and for everybody that comes in need of that type of facility. Our police department keeps our community safe. Keeps this whole region safe, just by partnering with all the other agencies within our city. Per capita, we have more law enforcement officers, as we know, than any other community. We are one of the safest border cities in the soul, and all of the Mayor's Association. 50% reduction in crime, Part 1 and Part 2 crimes, is what we had this past year. That is impressive. That is impressive. 21%, according to the FBI Uniform Crime Program, you could actually leave your doors open at night when you sleep. That's how comfortable we are. That's why this message, again we go, image building, the economy, it all falls in with our police department. Our police department is also, they started a unique campaign to increase awareness for protection of women. They've also partnered with the Clean City, Healthy City initiative that we've had for the past 6 years. They've also partnered with that, and we do street cleanups and citywide cleanups between April and October. And I want to thank very much Chief Arnson. You're doing a great job, sir, and you're keeping our city and our community safe. I also want to thank the fire chief for all the work that the fire department has done for us. They've been working with the schools, CPR program. They've been doing that for the past 5 years. They've been also doing a lot of programs, outreach programs within the community. And they've been working closely with mutual aid with our Rio Rico and Quebec Fire and Suburban Fire District and the Nogales Sonora Fire Department to keep us also safe. So these two agencies are key to our development and our economic development in our community, and also key to our safety and making our city very safe. Chief, thank you very much for that. The streets department. This is a good one. This is a long one. This is something that almost everybody wants to hear. And usually you say, you know what? Yeah, but you need to fix the pothole in front of my house. Or you need to fix my street. But if you look around, and I'll just mention a few, Morley Avenue, Villa Coronado, Walnut Street, Banker, Mendiles, Nelson, Portrero, the street you drove up to, the VFW, These are just a few of the streets that were paved, the majority of them this past year. Close to $8-9 million worth of improvements. And that's only the beginning. We have a plan. The city of Nogales has a plan, a 5-year plan, and 3 of the streets that are coming online, one will be Crawford, the other one will be Hughes, which probably, hopefully, I haven't seen the public works director yet, but hopefully within the next 2 to 3 months. That's under the CDBG money. It's a grant. And then there's other streets that we're looking at in the Monte Carlo area. One of the streets that led into Monte Carlo was also paved in this past year also, which was Cayasalona. And another thing is that we're working very closely with Arizona Department of Transportation. If you can remember, a year ago they paved Mariposa Road. Recently they helped us with the double left lanes to facilitate the trucks coming out of the Mariposa, which is just the beginning because we are working with them closely for realignment of Mariposa Road. And about a year and a half ago, we discussed with Director Halkowski about Grand Avenue, and sometime at the end of this year, they plan to pave Grand Avenue from Deacon City all the way to Bafford. These are great improvements for our community. These are when people come and see Nogales and they want to look at what city they want to relocate or what they want to bring their business in. A lot of times roads do make a difference. If you're, well, it's kind of like when you buy a home and you walk inside the house and sometimes you look up at the ceiling and sometimes you look down at the floors. If you have an old carpet and you have marble, which one are you going to get? Well, marble, naturally. That's basically what you get when you see roads. And we're going to work very hard this year with the same work that we've been doing for the past 3 years to improve our streets. Looking for bonds, looking for opportunities for capital improvement, working with the overweight money that we're receiving from ADOT for that same reason, to improve our roads from curb to curb. Working with the HERB money. Everything, we're going to be working. And I want to thank the members of the City Council, because as a council, we work together to be able to be successful in these for you, the City of Nogales. A very key and a very important project under Public Works is our water. Our water system, especially in the industrial park area, we have plans. We're right now in the process of installing a new booster pump to increase the flow, the fire flow for all the industrial park from the Mariposa Port of Entry down to the industrial park itself. Our next project is looking to install the water tank for the same purpose. We're right now building those partnerships with the property owners and developers for that same reason. These developers are looking for the opening of the Mariposa Port. I just wish that a lot of this planning, especially the realignment of Mariposa Road, the improvement of the industrial park would have been done 10, 15 years ago. But the dream of the Mariposa Port was basically, or probably sparked all this movement. And now, they're working very close. Noel Garcia is in the process of right now grading a lot of the land just west of Mariposa Road for that same reason. If you drive by Mariposa Road, you'll be able to see these warehouses that I just mentioned to you. They're going to be online this year. Our port opens September of this year. Hopefully some of these businesses will be open at at the same time. And that's going to really, really improve the economy for this region. Parks and recreation. We all look for recreation. We all look for our children. We all look for opportunities for our little league teams that I will be talking about, and our soccer teams, AYSO programs, and green areas, and health and wellness. We finished the soccer field last year, the Hohokam soccer field, which is complete. There's the parking lots done up there. We created 2 areas there for the future of our concession stand and bathrooms for the soccer. We have that at the bottom for the Fletcher Park already. We're developing several green areas in the community. There's going to be several trails built up there for health and wellness. That same program I had talked to Supervisor Daniel Reese before. We were part of a team many years ago. We want to bring that back. We want to work closely with Mariposa Clinic, with Carondelet, the county, and the city to improve green areas, to improve trails so that people can exercise. So that maybe I can get better for my hip. I should be exercising. But we have to do these things. Communities all throughout, if you go to Phoenix, certain areas in Phoenix and Tucson, in their parks they all have trails. Not everybody plays ball. Not everybody, so we have trails and exercise stations. That's the direction we're going. And we're working on these projects as we speak right now. And a lot of these, just for your information, will be done with volunteers in the community. The Boy Scouts, the Girl Scouts, regular community people that want to be part of the community, like I mentioned with the police department and the Green City Healthy City Initiative. Continue planting trees. Last year we planted about 20 trees, which are doing very well in the soccer field. And that's thanks to Chief Arson also, that they were donated to him. And we did it together with Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts. We want to continue doing that. Because when you really work at it as a community, that's when you really, really, from your heart, want to do this and take care of these things and help improve the community. It's all of us that we have to do it. It's not always the city of Nogales alone, or the county. It's the residents, it's the people of Nogales. We have to do it ourselves. I just want to say, and I mentioned it once before, and I mentioned it again. You know that when you go to Dairy Queen and you buy a sundae, and then you get nice chocolate hot fudge sundae, you know, and then you put peanuts on it, and they put the Cool Whip on top of it. And then there's something on the very top, that we always make sure that you want. It's that cherry on the top. That cherry on the top. You know what that cherry is when it comes to image building, to the city of Nogales? That we're hosting the regionals, the Little League regionals in our city for 3 years starting this year. Image building. Thanks to the representatives of the Little League and all their efforts, they went to California, they brought it back to us. Members of the city council, we got together, and we're going to be investing $118,000 on the 2 Little League fields for that to happen. When that happens, opportunities, economic development, what I mentioned, Charlie, it's going to kick in. Hotels, restaurants. States from California, Hawaii, Alaska, all the western states will be coming to Nogales. They'll be seeing Nogales for the first time. They'll identify with Nogales as being a safe, a healthy community. They're able to see Nogales like like a city that they want to come back, visit, not only for Little League, but also to visit. To improve that balance of tourism that we've lost. We continue getting all the residents from Nogales, Sonora, the state of Sonora, coming to Nogales and shopping here, going to Tucson and Phoenix. But Nogales, Sonora, and the state of Sonora lost a lot of the tourism. But that's gone. That's going to get fixed. That's why we no longer talk security, we talk economic development. That's what we're going to be continuing. And the Little League is not only going to be the cherry on top, but it's also going to help us with the economic development in the future. Because that'll give us an opportunity for, according to the representatives of the Little League, if we do well, it might not just be 3 years. It could be longer than that. If you only knew the cities that they have to compete with to get it, and they were successful. And you know, I'm going to put these notes away, and I'm going to actually tell you, you know, that 3 years ago, when I became mayor, I remember sitting down with the city manager, and sitting down with the members of the city council, and sitting down with directors, and saying, you know what, we need to change. Nogales needs to change. So at that time, we planted a seed. That seed that we planted was to improve the economy, to change the mindset of the state of Arizona, to change the mindset of the nation. We were in a recession. Everybody was hurting. We were not in the red. The city of Nogales was not in the red. And it's not in the red right now. And we'll continue working hard to make sure we're not. But that seed was planted. And I want to thank the members of the city council, and I want to thank Mr. Dilly and his staff. I want to thank all the directors. That seed actually grew a tree. And that tree is bearing fruit right now. And the fruit is the partnerships that we have with Maricopa Council of Governments, with Pima Council of Governments. They're helping us with resolutions for staffing at the port. They're helping us with resolutions for the alignment of the road, Mariposa. We are all working together because the city of Nogales cannot do it by themselves. Not to improve a project that could be $200 million worth of road surface or flyover in Mariposa without the assistance of these two councils of government. We're working very closely. That's that fruit. It's that message that we took. And we've been putting that message out every time we get an opportunity. If it's not me, it's Mr. Dilly, it's our directors, everywhere they go. We do it at the economic forums. We do it everywhere. Members of the city council do it. We do it in everywhere. We have to continue. And I know there's leaders in this building right now that I can see that do it themselves every day. Why? Because we love Nogales. Es nuestra ciudad. Está en nuestro corazón. Primero Nogales, luego los demás. Pero con la ayuda de los demás, Nogales va a mejorar. I just want to mention that education in Nogales right now, I think is doing very well, and I know we could do a lot better, and there's people in the room here are making sure of that. One of them is Alfredo Velasquez. Sue, you're welcome. Justin, thank you very much for all the work you guys are doing with the Provisional College and the ULA too. And during that process of that seed, I remember, got together about 3 years ago, a group of us, and we started talking about what could we do for the community. And there was people talking about film festivals, talking about heritage programs, talking about our historic areas, talking about how can we bring people to Nogales. And from that, started growing, and now we have a 15-person board, Economic Development and Tourism Advisory Board, which will take us in that direction. This board is going to be able to go out, talk to the communities outside of Nogales, and help us bring in developers. Invite them to the city of Nogales. They're going to be completely joined by the hand with the city council. Not only in being able for them to give us advice and for us to do set policy, but for the future growth of the city of Nogales and opportunities for them to grow also with our city budget. So we need to work together, and this board is going to be one of the best tools that we're going to be seeing this year and the coming years. And my friends, and Mr. Dilly, again, Mr. Kissinger, Chief Rose, Chief Larson, and all the directors, you continue doing your work. You're doing a great job. And I want to tell you, everybody, it's a tough gig, what they do. Nogales is not an easy city to work along the border. It's tough. It's tough, but we're very fortunate and very lucky that we have close to 500,000 people in Nogales, Sonora that love to come to our city and shop, that keep us afloat. That is the oil of our machine. Let's continue working with that. And I really want to thank you all, and I want to thank the members of the City Council for all the hard work you've been doing. And Esther, all the work with your cultural programs. Vice Mayor, your numbers. Joe, you're also in the culture. Joe, and Don. And I want to thank also Councilman Diaz, the commander of the VFW, for giving us the opportunity to be here at your hall and to be able to spend some time together. Again, as your mayor, thank you very much.